What's going on, everybody? Mark Vitt back again with Ref Report. Unfortunately, we're still diving into atypical plays. I had another situation pop up. Also talked to the assignment director, and we're struggling with these. We really are. So we're just going to continue to dive in. This will be my last one for sure. But we need to share these. We need to talk about them in our pre games, because obviously the same situations and problems are arising. So we'll kind of dive through this. Again, it's got nothing to do with who is in the clip. All about teaching, learning, growing, and just getting better. Again, these are not easy situations to have because they happen so quick. And we've got to slow down and go through our procedures. So we'll go over this once again. Okay, so here's the play. We have a foul. I got the tail end of it, but we have a foul right here. It's a good call. We have a foul. The kid then steps over the player. Calling referee steps in. Dead ball officiating. When the whistle goes, we've got to be live. As we can see, our center referee not engaged, eyes down. We got a minute left in the ball game. We got a 7-point game. Like we've got the last 2 minutes. I mean, we want to be great the whole game, but the last few minutes, man, we got to be locked in, really ready to finish this game strongly. So center's not engaged at all. We have, some chippiness going on, some pushing forward. Obviously his teammate doesn't like the fact that he stepped over. Lee does a nice job of running in. Okay, so here we are. This is where we need to know our responsibilities. And we've talked about this on other ones. Hopefully I can help clean it up. We want to go to the kid that was fouled, and then we want to go to any problem players. That's it. Those two referees can handle that. The furthest referee, which is center, doesn't need to do anything but observe benches. That's it. And they can also observe players. If they look at the benches, nobody's coming off, but they see some taunting, they can have some information. We can give technical fouls. We can do all that. We can have technical fouls on the floor, or we can bring it to the conference. But that's number one, right? Everybody needs to know their responsibility. So these two referees do a good job of getting in there. The third referee doesn't understand their responsibility. And then they start getting in. It happens pretty quickly, but it's pretty obvious. These two kids come off the bench right away. Green 0-24. Look at our center. We're looking at the players. We don't need to be looking at the players. We got two referees in there. We don't need to worry about that. These players over here and any players for the white team, that's our responsibility. Coach is even trying to get them back. That should also give you a trigger. Like, well, if the coach is yelling to go back, then definitely one came on. We got another kid right here. Coach grabs him. If we're seeing coaches grab kids and take them back to the bench, and we know we've got more than 5 players on, that should give us an indication that they should not be on the floor. And the coach knows the rule. Once they come off the bench, got technical fouls. Now, these two, I wouldn't consider this one participating. I would consider both of them not participating. So that's only going to be one technical foul in regards to what we're shooting. That would be 2 shots, right? But those are both going to be disqualified. Both players are going to have to go to the locker room, and it's going to be charged 1 technical indirect to the coach. The penalty is 2 free throws for that, right? So that's issue number 1. You see how all 3 referees are now in the middle. We don't have any kind of big picture view. We're not having the players boxed in. And now we're just turning our heads, trying to figure out what the heck is going on. Now we got Bandera coaches over here. The white coach is saying we've got, 2 players came off the bench. That's all they care about. It dissolves eventually, right? And most of these things do dissolve pretty quickly. So I think the crew did a good job getting in there, dissolving it. I wish center would have taken care of their responsibilities. But okay, here we are. It's dissolved. We're good. We have a conference. Don't worry about the basketball. We seem to worry about this basketball all the time. We shouldn't even be having a conversation right now. These 2 officials right now are talking, trying to figure. No. We're not having any conversation. We're going to get the kids to benches. Then we're going to come together at half court. And then we're going to all 3 of us talk. You see how those 2 are just talking. They keep going. No idea what they're talking about. And then the referee of the basketball is trying to go away. Okay, so we finally come together. All right, here's where we have our conversation. Okay. And I'll skip through this. This is a long video, okay? So let me just go back to this right here. I've said this on every single video. I understand that we want to report everything to the table first. And if that's the procedure that it says, okay, I'm telling you from experience and all the mentors I talk to is it's better to get the coaches together first and explain to them everything that we're doing because they're going to have questions. We do not need to go to the table and announce everything that we have because usually, in all the videos I've had, one of the coaches is not going to be very happy. So here, referee comes over, the calling referee, we give the foul that we have, and then we immediately go that we have a double technical foul, I believe is what this crew ended up doing. Okay. So nobody knows what's going on, right? Coaches are in their huddle on the green side, coaches over here, and still the coach has no idea what's going on. Then we start giving technical fouls, right? Anytime you start giving technical foul, whoa, here he comes. I'm telling you guys, anytime we start giving a technical foul, coaches know that that is not a good penalty. So immediately they're like, whoa, what is going on? So here he comes. He's not happy. This could have been avoided. We need to bring these two coaches together, the calling referee and the crew chief. And then the non-calling, the third referee can just stand at half court and make sure benches are good, everything's good, they're staying off the court, whatever it may be. I wish white team was just off the court. We need to get them in their coach at the reporting bench area, leave them over there, and then we can have some time and then bring the coaches together. We bring them together. We talk about it. Okay, this is what happened. And you just talk through the steps, okay? Coach is going to have some questions. I don't think that the green coach acts like this. You can calm him down, be very professional about it, be very direct and efficient with what you're saying. We don't do that. So here he comes. I want an explanation. And then he's still not talking to the coach. Now we want to go to the table. Look at the coach's body language. What about me? I come last. I keep telling you guys, man, we got to go to the table last because that's where we've got to kind of clean everything up. And it doesn't have to be to the table first because what ends up happening with this crew is they keep going back and forth to the table. Let's get everything precise. We have a player on the floor talking to, we're not doing this. Like procedure-wise, we've got to be cleaner about what we're doing here. And I'll keep running it. Coach is still not happy. Someone talk to me. Please, someone talk to me. So now the Bandera coach, someone talk to me. Well, guess who we talked to, coach? We talked to the white coach. After the green coach came over here and said, hey, I want somebody to talk to me. So how does he feel like? He feel like he's being ignored. Is anybody going to talk to me? So we need to be talking to both coaches. Coach is a very high anxiety. You can see the body language of him like nobody wants to talk to me. We bring them together. We got to be respectful and tell them both, give them the same treatment. Talking to the table. We got white players on, referees talking to the white players. None of these players should be on the floor. They should be at their benches. Still talking to the white. He has not been talked to in over, a minute and a half. He's losing his mind. Yeah, see? My turn. How about me, right? You see how we have now escalated his behavior to this. Does anybody want to tell me what's going on? And then the same referee. Here we go. And then these players are talking to this coach. They are saying whatever it may be, right? These players don't even need to be on the floor. These players need to be on there. These players need to be at their bench. All the referees should be at half court talking and reviewing everything. So now these Bandera, the players in white start talking, and we give him a technical foul for talking back. Now the white players are laughing and joking and this and that. And again, he's on the road, right? So how do you think this coach feels right now? He feels like he is being absolutely disrespectfully treated, not fairly in someone else's facility, right? In their gym. I still don't understand why these players are on the floor, guys. This is just, now here comes the assistant coach. Now he comes back. When we give a technical foul, I'll roll it back. Team officiating. So there's a technical foul. We have a technical foul. Both referees see the technical foul. We need to get that referee out of there. We don't need to report it right now. We've still got a lot of things going on. We still have got to report the foul. We've got possible double technicals that we did earlier. They need to do that. All this could have been avoided. But we have a technical foul. Now here comes the assistant coach. We need to get this referee out of there. We've got a referee right next to him. We got a referee over there. Somebody come grab, hey, I got you. Get out of here real quick. And then You then come in and try to de-escalate, try to help the situation. We're letting one referee just talk to both coaches. Oh, the head coach comes back. We've got two co-officials not helping at all. Not helping. Just watching, observing. Let's see what happens here. This is bad, bad teamwork, guys. We are a crew. Our referee needs help. We need to get over there and help them. You know this is only going to end bad. He's upset. He's had enough. Does not want to deal with him. He's done. And we get another by the same referee, another technical foul, and now he's been ejected. What did happen was he went over and he slammed the water jug on the end of his bench. And then the Bandera players are clapping and all these type of things, right? There's just a lot going on. We still got players on the floor. There's so many mistakes, unfortunately, that we made in this situation. When it's all said and done, now we have to go clean it up. We go to this table several times. We still haven't had our conference. We're still talking to assistant coaches. We still haven't talked about what exactly is that we're going to do. We have a referee talking to now the assistant coach. We have a referee at the table trying to figure out probably team fouls, how many free throws are we going to shoot? And then the other referee goes ahead and starts shooting free throws. Nobody's watching the free throws. Nobody's watching players. And he's just shooting all by himself. And now the white coaches are actually counting the free throws for them. That's one. They've made two. They've made three, or so forth. Nobody is doing their jobs, unfortunately. Just so much going on, right? This can happen pretty easily. So that player shot their fouls, and then now we're going to come up, shoot the first technical, which was the technical for the coach. Is I talked to this crew, this is what we're doing, and we're still shooting free throws. We're not too sure. Now the coach saying, hey, we've made three. That's three that we've made. Nobody's watching the book is just so confused. Everybody's talking. We've now shot 4 free throws, nothing on the scoreboard. And then, wait, he shot 4, and then we have to stop. And we're confused. It's too much confusion. It's too much going on. We've got coaches in our ears. We've got players on the court. Somebody's shooting their free throw. There's so much going on. You can understand the confusion, right? Now another referee comes over. Still got player. Like, we just got to get everybody away, right? We got to get everybody away. We've got to really slow down and talk through our procedures. Goes on for quite some time. We must pre-game these type of situations, all right? I do have some takeaways. Again, this is like a 7-minute video. Lots going on. So let's talk about the takeaways, right? Again, it's not a great video, I'll be honest, right? It does not make us look, very credible and really have any kind of confidence that we know what we're doing. So let's talk through this, right? This can easily happen to any crew. So don't think, oh my goodness, this would never happen to me. Yeah, be careful with that, because it can. It can easily happen, and things can become very blurry. And you're like, wow, we get in the locker room, we're like, what in the world just happened, right? So number one, if you have these atypical situations, hard fouls, possible potential for kids coming off benches, we've got a little scuffle, whatever you may be, something that's just not normal. You got to understand your responsibilities. So if you're the calling referee, absolutely, you blow your whistle and you can get in between players, sure. The next closest referee, if you can get in and de-escalate, sure. We want to worry about the kid that got fouled and then possible any problematic players. There was a few in here. White zero was one. Not going to get into judgment in those things. What exactly how they adjudicated it. That's on them for this video. This is just more about how we can do things a little bit better. So understand your responsibilities. And then our center referee is away. They're on the other side of the floor. They just need to hang back. I think that's where we struggle the most because two players clearly came off the bench for green and we had no idea. Then we got to secure the floor. So everybody understand their responsibilities based on where you are in that particular situation. Secure the floor. Just get the kids off the court. It's just, and have them stay off the court the entire time, no matter how long it takes, until we're ready to resume play. We have a conference call. All three of us. Nobody start talking until all three of us get to that call, and then the crew chief needs to lead it. And needs to be, obviously, hopefully they are the most experienced. Slow down, kind of get everybody through it, right? And then you got to walk through the order of what happened. Always start with like, okay, well, how did this all begin? Well, we had a foul on this player. We're in the bonus, so this player would be shooting 2 free throws. That's where you start. And then you just slowly work what happened next, and then what happened next, and so forth, because you've got to go through the order of events. Then we need to communicate to both coaches first. This is where I think everything goes off the rails. And all the videos I've done, please stop announcing what it is that we have before communicating with coaches. Bring them together, talk through it. They're going to have questions and they may be upset. That's fine. But at least you are right there in front of them, not ignoring them, and just, telling them exactly what happened, what we saw, and this is how we're going to resume play. They have some choices. They can either go off or they can accept it. But at least you're right there to kind of bring them down, and you're giving them accurate information, and they're not getting it kind of secondhand and then trying to figure out what is going on. The coach in Green Hill was so upset because nobody wanted to talk to him, right? And then we report to the table. So in this scenario, they ended up shooting 6 free throws. They had the first foul was in the bonus. They had a double technical foul, and then they gave two technical fouls separate to the head coach. So there's your 6 free throws, right? They did miss the 2 coming off the bench, which would have been an additional 2. But my biggest thing is I think we could have avoided this possible ejection from the coach. I'm not promoting his behavior. More than likely it does warrant him being ejected. But look at the way that we did not handle him very well. That actually got him extremely frustrated, right? So we've got to talk about these guys. I know nobody does, but this is something we need to get better. Again, if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me. Again, not a great video. I don't like doing these, but after talking to the assignment director this morning, we need to get better at these. This is a massive concern, and we're going into playoffs tonight. I mean, there's some games today, and then we're full force next week with boys and girls going. So please, share this video. Talk to each other about it. Be safe on your travels, and you know the drill. Let's get better together, y'all.